Alright gang, welcome to Ohio Richlands and our Zero to Billionaire challenge. So for this challenge we are starting with $0, as you can see in the right hand corner, and we have to get to $1 billion to succeed. Now, this is Ohio Richlands. I live and am from Ohio, so this is very similar to me. What I'm seeing here is what I see about 10 minutes away from where I currently live. I do have a crop field in my backyard actually, but I'm kind of on the edge of rural versus urban, so I've got a lot of houses around me too, but so I don't think that crop field will be there for too much longer, but I only have to drive 10-15 minutes and I see exactly what I'm seeing here. I believe this is based on northern Ohio though. I live in southern Ohio, more specifically near Cincinnati in the Dayton area. I think this is more kind of north Cleveland, south, well I guess north Cleveland, south of Cleveland, but north of Ohio. And we start with a decent chunk of land here. So we have this nice house, we've got massive silos, we've got a barn over there, and then we've got some crop fields. So let's go ahead and show you our land first off before we go any further. We've got a good chunk of land, honestly. So we own, this is our house, our barn's there, there's our silos, and then we own this massive field here. There's a little tiny creek with a pond right here that kind of goes through here, and we own this field here. There's a bridge over here, but I believe the creek is mostly dried up for the most of the time. It's really only when it rains a bunch and the pond gets overflown or overfilled that the creek is really used. But we do have a bridge down here. We can just drive across if we need to, and this is our second field up here. So the one field is massive. The other field's probably about a normal size field. And the map itself has a lot of big, massive fields, and that's what you kind of would really expect in Ohio. If you're not in a city of any kind, you're just outside of the city, anywhere where there's a farm, a lot of it are big, massive fields. Most of Ohio, except for southern Ohio, and a little bit in the northeast of Ohio, is pretty much flat, so it's perfect for farming. So, with all of that said, the rules on this one really are pretty simple. We have to start with $0, as you can see. We do have some equipment that at our disposal that was included when we purchased this land. And that's pretty much it, gang. We have to go from here and make some money and then be able to buy stuff. We don't have everything we need. We don't have everything we need at all. But we do have enough to be able to at least harvest this field that is ready to go. It's the big field, so we should get a nice, good profit out of that, which will definitely help us as we continue on this process of getting to $1 billion. Not an easy challenge. I've never tried anything like this. I've done some survival challenges, and currently doing a 200 horsepower challenge, which is really fun. If you haven't watched that, it's on the channel. But I've never done anything like this, where we're going to be playing a single map for a very long period of time. So immediately I was going to do Clarkson's Farm on this, and then when I got in there and looked at it, it just didn't seem like it was the best fit for this kind of challenge. We will do another series on Clarkson's Farm. But with all of that said, I'm kind of going off tangent here. Let's take a look at the equipment we have. So we have this nice New Holland CH 7.70. It's a relatively large harvester. I would love to have a bigger header than that, but still, it's pretty decent size. We have this barn here, which is deceptively bigger than it looks. It goes way, way back in there. We have a New Holland T6 175. We've got this Lizard trailer. We have a Hardy Mega 1200 liter sprayer, and we have a New Holland L318 skid steer. Now, the reason why we have so much New Holland stuff is because I told you when we bought the farm, we meandered our way into also receiving this equipment with it. He sold everything else he had though, but we were able to at least put this as being included with buying the land. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into the harvester. Let's get harvesting, and let's make some money, gang. Let's take a look on the inside before we get going here. Very, very nice. Very nice. Alright, let's load this sticker up. Oop. Unfold it. We're going to get right into it, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the series itself, some plans, that at least initial plans that I have for it. I think I'm going to make sure we put on straw. Maybe a little crazy to do straw this early, but I'm hoping we get a decent profit out of this field. It doesn't look like it's too weeded up. There are some weeds, as you can see, but it doesn't look too bad. So I kind of want to do some bales out of this. It does look like our other field back there is ready to go as well. We probably will not do that in episode 1. We'll probably leave that to episode 2. This is a large field. It is going to take us a significant amount of time to do this. So it just makes sense, I think, to split the 2 harvests up into 2 different episodes. Now, a little bit more specifically, some more finite details in this series. Sorry, gang. Hit the wrong button there. You may know, some of you, I'm going off tangent for a second, but you may know if you watch any of my other episodes or my other series on this channel, that right now I have a controller issue. I have a controller on the way. It's in the mail, but it probably will not be here until next week. So hopefully we won't have that issue moving forward once that occurs. But finite details, as I digress, finite details back onto this series. So we are doing crop destruction on this series. We are also going to be doing weeds. Everything else we do not have on. That's just because I think the challenge itself for me is already difficult enough. It's going to take a very long time to get to $1 billion. So because of that, we've turned everything else off. So we don't have to worry about drilling every once in a while. We don't have to worry about lime, stones, anything like that. So we'll make it slightly easier on us, and hopefully we'll be able to get to $1 billion at a relatively decent pace in comparison if we had to do all of that, which would cost us more money. Other than that, we are going to be playing the economy difficulty on easy. I thought about leaving it on normal, but again, we're trying to get to $1 billion. $1 billion is not easy to do. Looks like we've got a dead tree down here. Looks like a tree fell down. We're going to have to take care of that guy. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting to see that back here. Anyway, we'll take care of that too at some point, probably the next episode. Because this field, while it's still big, it is not nearly as big as this one, like I mentioned. So this one is going to take a long time to do. So with that, we're going to jump straight into a time lapse here. We're going to get this sucker done. It's going to be a lot of back and forth trips. The harvester, dropping it off into the silo, coming back. I don't have any money. I can't put this on a worker, at least until we sell something. So what we may end up doing in the time lapse is the first load that we get, the first full trailer load we get, we probably will go sell it just so we have some kind of income, some kind of funds to utilize at our exposure. So, but the rest of it we will keep in the silo until it's best to sell, unless it's best to sell now, which I would expect it not to be. Typically, it's the winter months is when it's best to sell some of this stuff. And yeah, what I was saying before about the little pond there, it's not even, I guess it's just like an eddy or something. It's not even really a pond. I don't know if you would consider that a pond or not. It's just water runoff that is just stuck in that area because it's lower to the ground than the rest of the stream. So, but anyway, whenever it gets too full, it just continues down that stream. That's really what I was trying to get at that point. So it looks like we are going to be full before we even make it all the way around here. It's not even look like. It's definitely, we're going to be full before we get all the way around here. So the problem I think we have now is we're not going to be able to get the trailer back here without killing some crop because those trees are in the way. So this may not be the most ideal, but I think I'm going to do is when we get up here a little bit further, I'm going to cut across to the right and try to connect back up and then kind of break this up into 2 pieces. Ideally, I was liking to get a little bit closer, but I don't think we're even going to make it closer because we're already at 72%. And if we go across, I don't even think we're going to make it across. So we may just have to work with what we got here and just try to get the trailer back here as best we can. If we can get it just to follow the same path, come up here to the left side, we should be okay. Let's just see how far we get here. Bet we'll get to the end and there'll be a tree in the way. We'll have to back up into an area like this. If we can get it to an area like this, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. we're going to finish filling this harvester up till max, till it's full. And then once that's done, I will go into the time-lapse. I was going to jump straight into the time-lapse, but we're so close now, we may as well just wait until we get there. Fill up the trailer, see how much it takes of the trailer. I bet it's going to fill the trailer. I don't know how much that trailer holds. I can't remember. But this looks like it's going to have 10,000 liter capacity. That's what it looks like. Oh, a tree sticking out there. Have to keep an eye on that. Might have to cut that guy down. I don't like that it's sticking out so far, because look, I'm missing some now. Knocked me off my line. So we are going to make it to the end, actually. I was not expecting that, based on how fast it was filling up, but we are going to make it to the end. So that's actually good for us. That's going to be a lot easier for us to get the trailer in and help us out, so... We know that moving forward, whenever we harvest this field again. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that, because it does have some weeds in it, and when we're doing it, we're going to make sure there's no weeds at all, which means the yield should be better, which means we probably won't get as far as we did here, because we're getting all the way to the end and turning before it's going to get filled up. All right, pop the pipe out. Let's jump into our New Holland T6175. Hook up to the trailer. Almost ran into that tree. Looked away for 1 second to look and make sure that the recording was doing what it was supposed to be doing, and almost ran into the tree. Be my luck. Got all this way through and thought I hit the record button, and it actually didn't register that it hit, but it did. So we're good. Obviously, you're seeing this. But man, this is just it's awesome to see that there's an actual map for Ohio, man. Because this is exactly what I see. Well, I used to drive to work farther away than I live now, and I would go through about 35-40 minutes of just crop field, and this is exactly what it looks like. I saw this every day, drove past it every day. There would be a little hills every once in a while, but for the most part, it's just like this. It's flat, barns everywhere. All right. We're going to go take this and sell it really quick. It's only 46%, which is good. We'll put a time lapse in from here, go sell it, come back, get the harvester going, and we'll do the rest of that into a time lapse, and then moving it into the silos and all that stuff. So, but I want you guys to see kind of part of the map, right? I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I think I am, though. I think all the sell points are this way. Oat. Yeah, it's dropping, so it looks like the best is Ohio Agri Co-op. Yeah, it's not good. We're in August. It's pretty much as worse as it can get. So let's mark that. Looks like it's up here to the left. Perfect. It's not too far away. We'll throw the time lapse in here, gang. We'll get this sold. We'll get back to the harvester. We'll get that field done, and I'll be back with you guys after it's all complete.
never let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Won't bother
gang, as you can see, this has taken us a long time to do. We're more than halfway through, but we still got 1/3 probably to do at a minimum. I think what we're going to do is probably cut this into 2 episodes. So we're going to get back up here about halfway. We're going to stop, put the harvester away, and we'll come back and finish this in the following episode. Now, I know that means that we may have to wait on harvesting that field out there, but we'll see. We'll see how much longer it takes us to finish this field in the next episode, and then we'll go from there. We've got some things we want to buy. We've got to get a baler, and we also have to get a drill. You saw me earlier looking at some of the drills, trying to decide what I want to get. So the tractor we have right now only has about 170-ish horsepower, 180 horsepower. So we're kind of limited. So what I may do in the interim between now and the next episode is look and see if there are any other drills out there that are around the 180 horsepower range that have a little bit of a wider range as well to them for actually drilling. So it looks like right now we're kind of going to be stuck around 6 meters or so, and I'd like to do something around 9 to 12 meters. I don't know if that's even out there for a tractor that has 180 horsepower, but that is what we're going to plan to look at here in the next episode, and trying to get the baler and that. We have $68,000 to our name. It's more than what we started with, so we've got a good start going. We've got a ton of crop already in our silos over there. So things are looking up. They're looking good for us. We're going to save a lot of this until it's the best time to sell it, just so we make the most money. But we will probably sell a little bit more of this in the next episode, so we can actually have a little bit more funds to provide us the ability to buy a drill and a baler. We also, I don't think I mentioned it earlier on, but I am going to mention it now. Auto stacking is going to be allowed in this series. I don't normally allow that in any of my series, but it will be in this series because this series is just how fast can we get to $1 billion. So we are going to allow auto stacking, which will make this much easier. If I had to stack all of these by hand, or if I had to at least buy the auto stacker, it only holds like 20. It would take us forever to do this. It would literally take us more than an episode just to do the bales. So I don't want to do that. I feel like that's relatively boring, and that's the reason why we're splitting this one up too. Is we've been going at it here pretty long. I think it was like a 50-minute time lapse. I mean, obviously it was shortened, but if it was not shortened, it was 50 minutes. It's a 50-minute recording, so it's a long time. So we're going to go ahead and put this into the trailer. We'll go put the harvester back where it belongs. We need to get an actual shed for the harvester to protect it. And we will drop all of the crop into our silo. We'll call that episode. Let me know down below your thoughts on this one, gang. What you think about this series. Do you think it's going to be a fun series? Or enjoy it? Like I said, I'm going to try to do 1 episode a week on this. There may be some weeks where I don't get an episode out on this series. If that's the case, I apologize ahead of time. I do have an active normal channel. This is my second channel. I created this channel just specifically for farming. I do have an active other channel that I at least do 1 video every single day on. Sometimes it's more than 1. So if I'm doing at least 1 video every single day on there, and then doing 4 videos a week on this channel, I mean, I'm at 11 videos. That's a lot of videos for somebody who works a full-time job. So yeah, and yesterday I worked a 17-hour shift, so I don't have a whole lot of time at my disposal here. So sometimes I just probably will not be able to complete it, but I will make sure that you know in a post on the channel if that's the case. If there's not going to be an episode, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll have another series that has an extra episode somewhere that is loaded up and I can put it in its place. But I just wanted to give you guys a warning ahead of time in case we get to that point. I'm hoping not, but in case we do, I want you guys to be aware of it. So let's go put this in the silo. When that's done, we'll do our closing remarks here. And leave it at that. So one thing I did see when we were in here, and I'm sure you saw it too, it looks like this trailer gets stuck a little bit sometimes above. Let me do a quick save here. It's not loading again. Sometimes it gets stuck when you're trying to when you're trying to unload it here. It gets too high in the air. it's not even giving me the unload option here. Looks like I missed a little bit there. Nothing's coming out of it right now. Why are we not doing it? Let me figure out what's going on here. I don't know. Maybe there was a glitch or something going on. I just turned around and went in the other way, and it worked perfectly fine. So I don't know. But we're going to have to get some kind of scoop to get some of that I dropped there on the edge. We can use the skid steer to move that later on. But here you go. You can see what I'm talking about. It hits that little pipe there on the left. So I need to really make sure I'm on the very right edge of this whenever I'm using this trailer. Maybe eventually we'll be able to upgrade this trailer to something else that won't allow us to have this issue, like a side tipper or something like that. But for now, this is what we have, and we're going to have to deal with it. So, looks like. All right, gang, we're going to leave that episode there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free, helps me out a ton. I've got a 200 horsepower series going on this channel, as I already mentioned. It's a lot of fun. There's a number of us that are doing it. It's a fun little challenge. We're doing that on calm lands, so check that out if you have not done so already. I'm also doing a playthrough of just the main campaign. It's a full time-lapse playthrough. I do an intro voiceover at the beginning, but the rest of it is just straight time-lapse. There's no other talking within it. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And that's pretty much what I got going on this channel. On the main channel, I've got, like I said, daily videos, so subscribe to that if you haven't done so already. There is a link down below in the description, as well on the main page of the channel. It's at the very top. There's a link to go join and subscribe to that channel as well. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers on that channel, so if you do subscribe to this one and haven't been subscribed to that one, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to that as well. I do a lot of different gameplays on that channel specifically, more along the lines of challenge stuff within the Dynasty Warriors realm, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi, that kind of stuff. I also play a lot of shooters, actively doing a James Bond GoldenEye 007 playthrough, no damage, using one laser only. So a lot of cool things happening there on that channel, so check that out if you'd like to. But with all of that said, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next episode.